let's go. Just a reminder, I have food in the oven. So, you know. Well, okay, whoa, look at this. What do we got here? This is a tier list that was made by Sandman. He made another one because of an idea. This idea came from a YouTube comment, if you can believe it. I was remiss. I was like, oh no, I don't need tier list ideas from YouTube. But then it was actually a good idea. And I was like, wait, all right. So, too bad I forgot the name of the person who recommended it. Sorry. But your idea was good. So, we're doing it. So we have here all of ZUN's official portraits for characters. Holy shit, streamer, turn it down. I'm sorry, I thought I did. Okay. So all official portraits that ZUN has drawn here for games. So there won't be any written work characters, I don't think. Lily's not here because Lily doesn't have portrait art. Momiji's not here because Momiji doesn't have portrait art. Sanae is in there twice because she's reused from SA. Same portrait art, just so you know. So some characters are missing because ZUN never drew them for a game. He has concept arts randomly of characters scattered around, but yeah, those are kind of more annoying to get, so we're not going to worry about those. So basically all the written work characters don't have anything here. So, what are we ranking these on? I haven't really thought about that, but the reason why I thought this was a pretty cool idea was that sometimes ZUN's portrait arts are kind of awkward, and sometimes they're like iconic. Sometimes they're so goofy that they're like a meme. But in general, the idea is I'm trying to think like in tiering structure, the idea of like which portraits were really nailed the characters, right? So we got a couple. These are default categories. We're gonna change the name. Wait, how do I change the name? That's how. Okay. So right away, bottom category. Bottom category is that is not who it's supposed to be. Now, right away, Generation 1 Reimu is going right there. Right there. That's Miko-san. Named Reimu in the manual, but that is Miko-san in the game. That Reimu is pretty strange looking. Especially since Reimu has other portraits in the endings that look more like the Reimu we know of the squishier variant. So this Reimu leads me to believe that it was some kind of reference to something else for how drastically different it looks. But it's not Reimu. Okay, so now we have Story Beast and Wonderland portraits, which are very small portraits. And right away with Reimu, we'll put it right here in the orange one. Core concepts, clear. Oh, look at that, 3 C's. Oh, ooh, beautiful. Beautiful. So I'm putting Reimu here. So Story Beast and Wonderland portraits are headshots, but you can see in the headshot the hairstyle, the hair sides, and the beginning of the comma. Also, of course, you can see her in you also have reference based on what you can see immediately in the Story Beast and Wonderland menu and character select. So that's the core concept clear is essentially there's nothing wrong with the image, and it illustrates pretty much everything it needs to about the character's design. And right away I'm gonna just throw this Reimu in here too, because that Reimu comes from that's PODD Reimu. Let me undo that. That's PODD Reimu. But the Reimu, I'm thinking of this. It's hard not to think about the other Reimus you see on the menu for this situation. Like if you didn't see Reimu on the menu at any point and you just saw this portrait, you'd probably be confused. I can't separate what I think based on the shot type select in main menu from this portrait. So this is arguable. That's my arguable. Perfection in design. So, that's Genji. Because Genji, everything you need to know about Genji is perfectly illustrated right then and there. Right then and there. So, perfection in design essentially means everything is so clearly indicated by the portrait art that nothing has to change. Nothing has to change. You can just use that portrait art to get the whole idea of the character. Is that lazy? A little bit. Just tiny bit. Maybe an itty bitty bit. But Genji is a turtle. It's clear he's a turtle. Big ass shell behind him. Very clear. He's perfect. He looks like a ghoul. What do you mean? What do you mean? He looks like a ghoul? Bro, why are you hating? He look kind of creepy? That's ridiculous. That's insane. Fine. Fine. I will... Chat fucking hates Genji. Alright, cool. Maybe not so perfect after all. I think it illustrates he's a turtle perfectly fine. But I'm gonna put him down here then. Freak Show. Okay. It's my tier list, but I'm gonna listen to Democracy today. Freak Show by accident. So, this category is reserved for portraits that make the characters kind of weird, but not in a funny kind of way. So, because everyone in fucking chat thinks that Genji looks like a ghoul, we're putting him down there. Alright? Alright, chat. My tendies are done. I'll be right back. Already leaving in the middle of the stream. Classic professional streamer moment. I'll be back in like 3 minutes. See what I see. Goodbye. My. Please stop casting fireballs. Please stop casting fireballs. Please stop casting fireballs. I'm back. I'm back. Alright, chat, let's resume. So now that we've now that the general class has decided that Genji is a ghoul, which I don't agree with. I think he looks like a turtle just fine. You guys are making me look at him different. Anyway, Rika. So Rika is hilarious to me because her portrait art is not very reflective of her in-game sprite at all. Some of you probably know this. But Rika's in-game portrait has like a gray uniform and a cape. And then her portrait comes in and she's just, there's no cape and she's wearing a white collar top. I'm not even sure where the brown pants come from. Because people dress her like SpongeBob. Alright? Straight up, people dress her like SpongeBob. They give her the white collar shirt, the red tie, and then they give her the brown shorts. Or sometimes brown pants. So, oh goodness. So we're gonna put our category here. Oh, I noticed one thing. You forgot Rika's extra portrait, because Rika's in a different outfit in the extra stage. Same pose, but she is in a different outfit. From what you can barely see, anyway. All right, middle one. We need a real middle. We need a real middle. Not okay. Hold on. Trying to think of a way to phrase this. Trying to think of a way to phrase this that isn't just boring. Freak show, core concepts clear. I love that. CCC baby, CCC. Not enough info. Not enough. I'm thinking here. 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 I'm trying to figure out how to word this, dude. Oh my god. Not enough info. Not good job. There you go. Not good job. There you go. Not good job. Too much information is missing from the portrait. You cannot figure out the character. Creative interpretations have to come. Not good job. Okay. Alright. I couldn't think of anything. Let me eat, damn it. Oh, you got a better name, I'm all ears. You got a better name, go for it. I need food in me. I have one time you consume. All right, we're moving on. I'm satisfied. Maida is a freak show. Maida is a freak show. Why? Because you can barely see her eye, and the longer you look at it, the weirder it gets. Her sword is also just a streak of white. There's no outline to it. It's just a streak of white. Nope. Maida's portrait is not very good. I don't think the portrait is very good. She's wearing a typical samurai fit. Based on what? Based on what? Now, I gave Reimu a pass because it's Reimu. But Maida has nothing. Nothing here. Maida's got nothing here. Redhead Marissa. Ah! This is not who it's supposed to be. Technically correct. Technically correct. Now, what's funny is I can say this because have you ever seen the Story of Eastern Wonderland cover? Let me show you. What the fuck? Hold on. Let me show you. Story of Eastern Wonderland. This is the cover of Story of Eastern Wonderland. Okay? Right here. Who's that character right there on the side with the big ass braid? Thick ass braid. Who is this? That? Is that who it is? Is that who it is? Certainly isn't. Wait, why the fuck is Mima wearing like dangly? Okay, Mima ain't who she's supposed to be either. Alright, whatever. Okay. Point is, I have no idea what the fuck ZUN was doing with Redhead Marissa. And the funniest thing to me is that this Marissa is the Marissa from PC98. Like, whenever you do something with PC98 characters and you involve Marissa, you use the short redhead. The short-haired redhead is always the one used. The one that comes after, that's actually blonde, that's just Marissa. But PC98 Marissa is exclusively the redhead one. I swear to God. Now, if you have an example of where that's not the case, by all means. But as far as I can tell, anytime you see PC98 Marissa, it's always the redhead. It's never the one that's blonde. Funky. Hold on. Hold on. That's good. Maybe you're stalling. No, I'm eating. Okay. I'm ready. Alright. Mima. Listen. Mima changes her whole ass outfit at in the last stage. Her portrait art looks so mellow that it's ridiculous. Who is that? Where's that purple bow tie? Huh? She's never had a purple bow tie ever. Never in her life. That's not Mima. That's not Mima. Now for PODD. You know what? I kind of want to put this in perfection. But I think the problem with it is that you can't see what the Hakama looks like. But she has the stick and everything. Like, that's Reimu. You can see so much on that Reimu. That's Reimu. Everything is identifiable. The only thing is unclear is kind of how her pants work. If it's like a dress, but you can kind of infer it's a Hakama based on her top, right? That's Reimu. 100%. That's Reimu. This Mima makes me laugh. This Mima makes me laugh because she's very wide. Like, where is she? Where'd she go? Look how wide she is. Wait, she's got a chain on her? What the fuck? What's that chain attached to? I never noticed that before. Does she have a chain? Hold on, does she have a chain in, Holy zooming. Bro, you might as well just fucking zoom all the way in. Why not? You can see the porch is a lot better this way as well. Yeah, she doesn't have a chain anywhere else. What's she got a chain attached to there in PODD? Thank you, Camo-san, for the first time sub. A pocket watch? What? No, I'm actually kind of curious now. Does she have something like that on in her Touhou 1 portrait? Or her Touhou 2 like boss sprites? Because I don't remember a chain. But yeah, I'm gonna put her in a not great job because I feel like her capelet just covers so much and she's just wide. Like, you know, chat, you know, like, you ever see an image of like a motherfucker in a beanbag chair? Where it's just like their head poking out of a beanbag chair, or they're like in a giant bouncy ball. That's what Mima looks like there to me. She looks like a Wiggles. You know what a Wiggles is? Hold on. Hold on. Do you know what the Wiggles are? The Wiggles. Creature. Oh god, I don't... Chat, do you know what I'm talking about? It's like this fucking little, fat, fuzzy children's show mascot. Ah, I found him! The Boobas! Oh, the Boobas! The Monster Moviepedia. The Boobas. God damn it, just give me the picture. These. She looks like these. The Boobas. That's what Mima looks like. Mima look like a booba. She be popping out like that. That's what she look like. Okay, alright. Thank you, streamer. Very cool. You're welcome. Now I've earned a tender for that bit. I've never seen those things in my fucking life. What the hell are these? I don't know. I thought they were part of the Wiggles, dude. Well, I know them. They're called Boobas. B-O-O-B-A-H. The fuck are they? They're Boobas! See? I think they're like bubble people. Like bubble? Booba? Booba. You guys are haters. You know that? You're haters. Alright. Alright, back to the show. Hold on. Can I add a new tier? Add a row above. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Not good job. Weird. Stand out feature. But otherwise normal. And I'm putting it specifically for this Marissa here. Why? Because this Marissa's outfit is clearly defined, but for some reason she has extremely long bangs. And it covers her eyes, which is very strange. So, it stands out, but the rest of the outfit is like, oh yeah, that's like, it's illustrating it's Marissa. But she just has one quirk that you don't see anywhere else with them. Alright, Ellen. Yeah, the cat's there and everything. The cat's there and everything. Okay. Like, you can see the cat, you can see the outfit, you can see the hairstyle, like, completely. Like, there's not much about here that you can't see, that you can't identify. Now, you can't see her eye color, but you can assume it's blonde or yellow because PC98 characters share eye color with with their hair, with like 3 exceptions. Kotohime. No. No. Not good job on that one. Her kimono design is actually a little different on her character select than her others. Also, look at the size of her bangs on the front. Like, her front bangs are huge. They're like obscuring her, but she doesn't really look like that. So I don't think he did a very good job with Kotohime here. I think Kotohime looks fine in other things she pops up in, but this specific portrait art, I don't think is very good. They just look how like her bangs go so far forward. It's crazy. Kana. I always felt like Kana had a weird face. You know? Anyone else feel me on that? Like, her eyes are so close together. Like, her face is just so scrunched. And her head shape is, like, fine, but then her face is just super scrunched. I have a weird face? Yeah, but I'm not an anime girl, so I'm allowed to have imperfections in my design. Anime girls aren't. That's why it's hard to draw them. Oh, I'm eating again. I'm gonna take a big bite. My big tender. Ah. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, the leftmost bang on the front of Kana is over the hat. You see that? Her leftmost bang is like over the hat. How is that hat positioned on her head? Now I'm just criticizing. Yeah, the hat is the hat's kind of in a weird space based on that. But her outfit is clear. You can even see her gloves. I think that's pretty cool. Her hairstyle is clear, her eyes are clear, her hat is clear. So there's a lot of clear aspects to her, but there's a couple of things that stand out in a weird way. Rikako. Yeah, I'd put her here. You can see the glasses, you can see the obvious lab coat. You can't see her pants or her shoes, but most people tend to put her in those straight cut black pants. And I think the reason for that is because in her boss cut in, you can see black ends on her pants. Also, it's just a very stylish fit for the character, so it works for her. But I assume that the popular design, kind of like Rika, I suppose, comes from the little bit you can see on certain parts of the boss sprites. Chiari? Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, that's Chiari. That's Chiari, not Chiari. Chiari's later. Chiari, you can see everything. Like, you can see the type of outfit she wears completely. Like, there's this... Would I call it perfection in design? I guess I probably would. I think I would. I think I would call this perfection in design because everything is illustrated to the viewer on the character's design. And I'm not going to count shoes because that's a pain in the ass, but you can see like how everything works for her design here. I think that's good. Yumemi as well. The only thing you can't really see about Yumemi is how her hair works, but it's kind of short. Alright. But you could, that's a full body portrait. You can see the outfit in its entirety. You can see her shoes. She's a magical energy. It also just looks fine. There's not really any issue with it that I see. It's very straightforward. Windows 4. Lotus Land Story. This is the character shot type select for Reimu. So, I put Reimu here. Because once again, like similar to PODD, you can see all the core aspects. The Yin Yang Orb is now there as well. The Gohei is there. But you can also see how her pants work. And that she's barefoot. You can see everything you need to in this Reimu. Completely understandable. Perfect. And same thing, or well, I mean, the in-game Reimu is fine. I like that split down the front of her hair is so consistent from PC98 even to Windows. I actually really like that. I never noticed that. But the way Reimu's bangs split down the middle of her face is a consistent hair design for her. I actually never noticed that. Alright. Well, her hair is big. She's got a tiny arm. She's got a little baby arm. But that's probably the best illustration of PC98 Marissa. That's the best illustration of PC98 Marissa. Much like Reimu, shows the whole body. You can see everything about the character, even the frills on the end of the dress. Everything you need to identify Marissa is there. Even if she doesn't have a braid for like any of these. Hold on. Pause. Also, she's short-sleeved. You notice that? In PODD, she's wearing a long-sleeve outfit. But, later on, in Lotus Land, she's wearing a short-sleeve outfit. You can see that. You can see the effect of the hat. See the cutoff. Ties them up with it. Yeah, Lotus Land Story has a different... each difficulty's 1cc ending has a different outfit the character shows up in. I don't remember them, mind you. But it's based on difficulty. Sorry, man, I'm hungry. I keep forgetting the food before it's like late. That's my fault. That's my fault. Orange. Not good job. I mean, what can I say, right? It is what it is. But you're not really getting any information from the portrait art that you can't kind of get from the boss sprite. Like, also the baton is like barely in view, and her arm looks like putty. So I don't think it's that great. Kurumi, I think, is better, but her head is very thin. Much like Kana, she has a very, very scrunched face. But you can see her wings, you can see her hair accessory, and you can see her you can see the suspenders, and you can see the frill design on her top. So there's a lot of information to parse there. All right. I don't know if Orange's headpiece is like a hat or what. It's probably a hat, but it's kind of weird. But yeah, Kurumi's got a weird face, but everything else about her stands out positively. Ellie as well. Ellie also has a big head. Ellie has a very big head. But you can see the scythe. You can see the angle it's going at as well. It's a dangerous angle. You can see the way her collar works. You can't really see how much further down her outfit works, unfortunately. But I think the illustration of the scythe bend is good. The hat as well. not perfect. It's not perfect. I would argue it could be not good job, though. I could argue not good job. But you can also see how her hair curls from the back, which is also a very important aspect. She's a pretty unique hairstyle. She's a pretty unique hairstyle with Touhou characters. Yuka. I guess I'd put her here. Because it's still Yuka, but she's in a different outfit. Her hair is also out. And long. And it's also long later. It's shortened the next game. I don't know, I think it's fine. I think it's kind of hard to... kind of hard because she's in a different outfit than usual, so she's bound to look different. But it's not like it's necessarily bad. I don't know where to put her. Here we go, though. Now, this is a good Yuka. The parasol, it's iconic. You can see her top. You can see how her bangs cover her eye as well. I mean, you can kind of see that in the... you can kind of see that in the sleep gown outfit as well. But it's a lot clearer... clearly indicated, I think, with the up, like, tilted head position of Yuka. You can't see her pants. Mugetsu. I don't know, dude. She doesn't look like anything in particular. You know? She's just a it's like I don't know, there's nothing really defining about her. She looks very, very, very basic. Like I'm gonna make a new tier. Very basic slash nothing really, like, nothing really identifiable, I guess. I spelled that wrong, but it's fine. Like, she just kind of looks like a maid. That's it. And I'd say that it's probably not as bad as not good job, but I think it's worse. I think it's worse because it just means there's no individuality. At least in, like, Orange's case, it's not that great, but at least you can see the baton there. But Mugetsu just doesn't really have anything. There's nothing interesting about her design. I mean, I guess in ZUN's defense, it was, like, his first maid character. So there's that. Yes, I'm still watching. But it's, I don't know, man. She just... Like, if you showed somebody that, like, who is that? They'd probably tell you it's Alice or some shit like that. Like, looks like Alice. Gengetsu. I don't know, dude. You can see her wings. Her pose confuses me. Her pose confuses me. She doesn't look that interesting. She's pretty basic herself. I think what really get, like, if it wasn't for the fact that she had wings, she probably just wouldn't look that interesting. Neither of these characters are interesting. Chat is currently arguing which dumpster looks nicer. No, man, my plastic green bin is way better than your plastic green bin. Room? Yeah. Gengetsu also appears on startup screen. She's a full body render on the startup screen of Lotus Land for the first time. Set your, like, audio chip. Not chip. Your audio channels, and you can see her there doing the full pose. Over here. Mmm. Mmm. Yeah, Gegetsu's wings aren't in the full body render. Alright. Now, Lotus Land Reimu. Isn't she adorable? Look at all that shine in her hair. This is not Marissa. I don't know who you think that is. That's not Marissa. This right here, super established Marissa. This, who is this? Who is this Marissa? This Marissa is so depressing to look at. Her colors got so dark, and she just looks so, like, she looks so placated. I don't know if that's the right word, but she's just nothing. Mima got a haircut. So, I think what I like about this Mima in particular is that it did solidify her design with like the cape, the blue top, the white arms, and it's more based on the you know, the Touhou 1 outfit that you can see anyway, because PODD is like fucking booba. But she does have a haircut, but I feel like I've never seen anybody draw Mima with short hair. I mean, they use the bang style for the front of the bangs, but then they give her the long hair that's present in like every other game. So that really stands out, but I think overall, the shorter cape, the bow tie, like, it's a more final design for Mima, even though it's kind of weird in a spot. That's all. Yuka is, she got short sleeves now. It's fine. Wait, why is there red on her ribbon in Lotus Lamb? I think it's fine. You know, I'm gonna put it here just because I feel like he cut her bangs. Like, they're still supposed to be long, but they're draped over the eye, whereas before they go all the way down to her nose. But now they're not that long. It's like that aspect of her design is missing there. The short sleeves also, those are fine. They're okay. Sarah. Boring. Plain and simple. Sarah is already a very difficult character to stand out. Honestly, I think that without the pink hair, there would be nothing to her. But she really is just designed like a mook. Like, again, as I said with Orange, at least her baton is there. But in Sarah's case, she's like 2 bangs eraser away from looking just like Mugetsu. Eat it again. Fire could be cool, but Bro is replying to himself. Oh my god. How embarrassing. That. I have 1 chicken tender left. 1 singular tender left. That's it. Luis. I'm gonna put Luis here. Why? Luis's short hair is a bit confusing. I like her outfit. This particular portrait's probably not the best, because usually Luis has one of those expressions that's a lot softer. It's like the only portrait expression she has where you can really see her eye. Or, not really see her eye, but like, She kind of has that air of a character that constantly has the slit eyes. Not like Suika, but like the soft slit eyes. So I think that enough is illustrated here, but there's like it's weird how her hair is so short, but then you never really see her with hair that short, like ever. Alice is fine. The thing about Alice is, as you know, her design takes inspiration from other Alices that exist, and you can see it. You can definitely see it. Her outfit in general is very close in like its design to SMT's Alice. The white shirt, the blue suspenders, the blue dress. So you can figure it out pretty easily. The haircut is pretty standard, but I think overall very identifiable. Very identifiable, if only because a lot of her is referenced from other things that are pretty well known. Yuki. Looks like Marissa. You know what? I'm putting her here because her hat is unique. Her hat is very unique, and showing that off does give her something. And she has a very slick reddish black to her that no other character has. No other character has that type of red black to them. And it works for her because, you know, her powers are fire, so she's got the red shine to her black outfit. Complements very nicely. Her haircut is very similar to Alice's. That's because Shinky has same hair syndrome. Every time she makes them, they get the same hair. But Yuki has a fine design. Now, I hate to say it, because I don't like Mai, but Mai is a very standout design. You can see the wings, you can see everything you need to see with the character. It's very clear, it's very, very clearly indicated, even from just the little portrait. Now, obviously, you can't see how the dress works, but you can see how the top of it works, and then the rest of it you can figure out. So it is a very good design. I think ZUN did a very good job with Mai, especially when you see her do the more expressive poses where she kind of drops the facade. It works well. It's good. It's good. Yumeko is going in the I'm gonna put her here. I don't know. I think it's okay enough, but the way the front bangs are kind of strange. The way her hair is frazzled is weird. She's got a massive fucking eyeball, alright? She's got a huge eye. And also, the frills on the end of her apron are, like, massive on one side. So, you can kind of see how the outfit starts, but I don't think Yumiko's portrait is actually that great. I don't think it does her character a very good service. Shinky really bothers me because Shinky looks great for what you can see, but there's so much information that you can't see. That's the problem. Her hair is conveyed, her collar is conveyed, the capelet is conveyed, but her dress and her wings are completely absent. I feel like he did not perfectly... But the thing is, Shinky has so many other, like, appearances in the game that her portrait doesn't necessarily have to be perfect. Like, she appears in the ending, she's got the boss sprite with the wings. The portrait doesn't need to do all the heavy lifting, but as far as the portrait goes in a vacuum, it's missing distinct features to it. One more tendy. Hmm. I think it's not right to say not good job, but it's not clear enough everything you need from them. Hmm. It's not so much less torso conveyed, but it's more so the fact that what we can see of the torso is only, it's not part of her dress, it's a capelet. It's a capelet, so it's not even what her dress looks like properly. It's part of it, in a way, and you can see the collar, but there's a lot less, like, you can't infer enough from that to make her whole outfit. Other ones you can infer enough. For the most part. Like Alice, for example. You can see, like, Reimu's Hakama. You can see the top of Yuki. You can see the top of Mai. Mai's the best one for sure. I just wish Shinki had more. But again, Shinki doesn't need more because her boss sprite does, like, all the heavy lifting in terms of it. So, remember, this whole thing is only based on, like, these portraits. Granted, I made an exception for Reimu because it was Reimu. But, you know, that's how she goes. Alright, now we have the Goofy. The EOSD. The EOSD. Where is Reimu go? Good. This is good Reimu. You can see how her design works. You can see the hair. You can see the gohei. Now, her design is obviously still in its beta form, but as EOSD is concerned, this is definitely, this is Reimu. This is Reimu. Reimu was conveyed properly. Not good. Not good. Now, it's fine. It's fine. She has some weird poses. She's also got the red ribbon. She's got the red ribbon. But her arms are behind her back here in this particular pose. She kind of feels like a different character from the one that you see in the shot select. It's very weird. Marissa. Marissa is good too. I think the only thing really missing from Marissa here is probably her Hakuto, but I don't think she even has her Hakuto, like in any of them. But you can see her broom sitting on it. I'd say that's probably up here. No, that communicates pretty much everything about Marissa you need. Everything about her is very clear, just from that alone. Her outfit does change a bit to get closer to Ellen's, but as it is there, it's pretty de facto Marissa. And this one as well, it's got everything you need to see about Marissa. It's got everything you need to see. Rumia, not a good job. Not a good job. What's the problem, streamer? She has no fucking arms. Rumia has no arms. That's her portrait. Her portrait just stops like that. Sure, you can see her shirt, you can see her dress, but they took her arms. They took her arms. What the fuck? Although, admittedly, that doesn't even matter. She's actually right here. She's actually right here. You can't see her arms, which is definitely annoying, but you can see basically her whole outfit. Her whole outfit, hairstyle, and accessory are all present and clear in that image. It's a good image. Chirno? This Chirno's weird. This Chirno's kind of weird. She's kind of strange. I don't know how to really describe it. I think it's her wings that really do it for me. Like, her most identifiable features for her wings are that they're like 6 individual pieces, but they're like clumpy in EOSD. So I don't think this one's that great. It kind of gives off the wrong impression of the character, I'd say. Alright, here's our new category. So rough. So rough. It's a meme. Mailing. Mailing's stupid fucking face. Mailing's stupid fucking face. It's a meme, brother. It's a meme. Like, it's not good, but it's a level of rough that actually loops around to it being beautiful. It's perfect. It's perfect. Skuya goes there too. I also, like, I want to put Skuya in a category. I want to make another category above this one. Really cool idea added, not often seen. So I'm gonna put that there ahead of time. But essentially, sometimes the portrait arts add details to the outfit and whatnot that are really cool, but they're either too intricate or too exhausting or just annoying in general that nobody really bothers to add them to their character sheets. So every now and again you get those. Every now and again you get those, and they're cool. And I already tell you one character who's going in there later. So Sakuya here would go in there because I like the red magic on the sleeve, but the overall pose of the character it's pretty infamous. So she's staying in the rough meme. Patchy is okay. Here's a new category. New category. ZUN fucked up so much that it created identifiable feature. What does that mean? It means he drew Patchy and he said those aren't stripes, and everyone in the world said they were stripes. So ZUN fucked up here, and he made Patchy with stripes. Those are stripes. Alright? So, ZUN, this is the equivalent of when you put a souffle in the oven and it pops, but then it comes out and it's actually better than it would have been if it didn't pop. Because ZUN made the outfit, and he was like, those aren't stripes, but everybody thought they were stripes, and you got Patchy with stripes as a staple. His souffle popped, and everyone was like, this is some good souffle, and he was like, alright. That's how it be. That's how it be. It's funny because there are a number of instances where she doesn't have stripes in official works, but it just, you can't get rid of them. You can't get rid of them. So yeah, I call it a ZUN fucked up moment because those were not stripes, but everybody thought they were stripes. He fucked up, but everybody loved it, so it's a positive. Remy. Iconic. Remy's stupid fucking hand pose is iconic. Now, it's good. It's a good it's a good portrait. It shows a lot that you need to see, but it's so, that particular pose is just straight up iconic. So stupid. That pose is iconic. It's memorable. It's not laughed at like Mei-Ling and Sakuya, but like this pose is referenced a lot. This is a great pose. People love this pose. I love this pose. It's stupid. It's a dumbass fucking pose, but it's great. So, iconic pose. Personally, I feel the same way about Flandre. Her hand forward crushy pose is super iconic as well. Now, granted, it's not as used as Remilia's pose, But I do feel like just Flandrae's pose in general is extremely iconic to Touhou as a whole. So, you know, there's a reason for that. It's a good pose. It's a good, solid pose. It also shows her Levoltaine. It shows all of her wings. It shows everything you need to know about the character, just like Remy does. And her pose is definitely iconic. It's very iconic. Alright, so now we have... now we have character select Reimu. Weird. She's wearing gloves. She's wearing gloves. Her hair is also wrong. Her hair is wrong, but her outfit is coming more into what it is going to be later. Like the sleeves are detaching, the cutoff, like it's getting there. It's getting there. But yeah, she's wearing gloves because the trial versions had different designs, and Reimu was wearing gloves, and he made the portraits for the shot type select around that time, and he updated the portrait arts, but he didn't change the select extreme portrait arts, and you can see Reimu wearing her gloves in that in those portraits. So then you have, so she still has the red ribbon. She's got the red bow with the white accents on it now. I would probably put her... I don't think she's weird or stand out. I think she's definitely here. I think she's here. You can see everything in the full body about Reimu. And she, like I said, she's coming more into her final design. Like, you can see the red laces in her sleeves. For her detached sleeves, you can see the white ends on her bow, her ribbon, her collar, and the end of her skirt. Like those little details are coming into play there. It's also neat to note that in the character select here, Reimu doesn't have those little white like detailing on the end of her skirt, but she has a bunch of frills, which are not really anything that replicates that, huh? She just kind of has a bunch of frills for some reason, but the frills were axed, and then the more yeah, even on the sleeves as well. The sleeves were super frilled, so he just axed the frills on her. I wonder why. We have wide Marissa, very wide Marissa, very wide Marissa. You can see everything you need to see about her, and I like that the dress is stretched out. Give you a good effect for that. Everything is seen. Everything is understandable. Marissa here. She's got a big goofy eye. She's actually missing her braid. I'm going to put that in here because of that. So, as you know, Marissa has a braid on the side of her hair, and you can see it in EOSD. And he actually removed it in PCB, and he brought it back, and it became a mainstay of her design. Now, obviously, hairstyles can change, but it's just kind of interesting to me how it started in EOSD, and it even started as far back as Story Beast in Wonderland's cover. And she also has it in Lotus Land Story, I believe? No, she doesn't. Or, yeah, she kind of does? It's hard to see it. That's Mystic Square. EOSD, she has it, yeah. Lotus Land, she kind of has it. It's very short. It's more like a drill than a braid. But yeah, PCB just kind of got rid of it, and then it came back, and it became a mainstay for her design. She removes her hat. Yeah, sometimes she takes her hat off, which is a nice touch. Skuya with the mop and colored knives. She's also got blue eyes. This is great. This is good Sakuya. This right here is very good Sakuya. The knives, well, I mean, the mop can go. The scarf is nice. The maid outfit is clear. There's no real detail to it, but it's frilled. But it's a pretty, but like you can see everything about Sakuya in it. It's a lot clearer of her design. I think it's a very good design for Sakuya. And it reflects as well in her portrait. She's not as, her hairstyle is a little different. Also, the ribbons on her braids don't seem to be present. Hold on. Yeah, Where'd you go? There's no, she doesn't have braids. There's no braids on her portrait select. But then there are in her art, and she has the green braids, which became pretty common. Pretty common there. So I put her in core concepts. I don't think it's an iconic pose, but those particular braids with the green ribbons are actually quite a large part of her overall character design, which is huge. But like I think her, you know what? I'm gonna put her here because of that. As I was talking about it, I realized that those particular braids and ribbon color are so like carried over that not calling it like, because it's not necessarily the pose that's iconic. It's just the details that were added to that specific one. It's interesting they're missing in this Sakuya, but the Sakuya's overall design is still very clear. Granted, she's also got like a shorter skirt, or she just got taller in general. All right, so this Chirno is the same Chirno, but you can see her whole dress. I still think she looks kind of strange, but that's just me. Letty's not good. Letty is not good. Now, I'm not a Letty hater, but I don't think Letty's portrait art looks very good at all. I don't think that she looks very good. She could look good, but I think everything below the waist just falls apart. The long johns just ruin the whole design for me. This is nothing there. Chen has a funny face. Chen has a funny face, but you can see everything about her. You can see her piercing. She's got sharp nails. You can see how her dress works. You can see her shoes. You can see her hat. So Chen is great. Chen shows everything. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put her here because Chen's design has just straight up been this since 2003, and even when she got a bit of a redesign in CDS, like this Chen design has completely won out. No big changes were ever made for her. This design just perfect. Thank you for asking for the resub. Oh man. Iconic. Everything is covered there. Alice is fine. Alice is fine. It's not iconic. It's not perfection. There's a lot of pink on her. Her outfit is also very not under-designed, but like I'm thinking like the fighting game art, for example. There's a lot of detail going on in her overall design, which makes sense for her because, you know, she's a doll maker. She likes frilly clothes because she puts them on her dolls. So of course she would dress in a similar manner, right? But I feel like her design of her outfit is very simple in PCB, and it's good, but it's missing a lot of components that really make up what Alice is known for. Specifically, the hue of the blue is one of them. There's a starker blue and red contrast in her outfit for most Alice's, where this one is light blue and pink. The boots are a big one as well. She's not wearing boots here, and boots are very iconic to Alice. Stockings as well are a very iconic Alice thing that, you know, not everybody agrees with, but they are definitely more of the... They're more in the nut. So Windows Alice, PCB Alice's return is got like the hairstyle and everything is correct. The blue eyes, like it's all there, but then the design change or additions really solidified what she was down the line. Then we got the long leg sisters, Lunasa, Merlin, and Lyrica. So Lunasa is perfectly fine. Everything you need to know about Lunasa is clear. Merlin, same deal. You can see the whole outfit for her. Lyrica, not so much. Now, Lyrica herself is fine because she's not too dissimilar to her sisters. But the problem with Lyrica is A, her fucking hairstyle. Or not hairstyle, hair color. B, her skirt looks like shorts. And C, the keyboard she uses is completely different after this game. She doesn't have the same keyboard anymore. But Merlin and Lunasa, specifically Lunasa, because Merlin has this issue where sometimes the white undershirt is just fully colored pink, or it's still white. So you see how in Lunasa and Lyrica's outfits, they have like the white sleeves. And Merlin also has a white undershirt, but she wears such a light pink that it just kind of blends together, and sometimes people just make her whole outfit pink as a result. So, yeah. But otherwise, like, she's still fine. Light pink or white, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter. Lunasa's design has never gotten wrong because it's so simple. But Lyrica has had a number of issues in her life with what she's wearing and what color her hair is. It's very strange. It's very strange. Yomu. Oh, Miss K. Rool. Oh, Miss K. Rool. Weird standout. What's the weird standout? Her big ass stinky eye and her red eyes. Yoma with red eyes is not something that happens like ever again. Straight up, just doesn't happen ever again. Her outfit is pretty clear though. Like her design is there. Her design is definitely there. You can see everything you need to see, but it's her eyes are so different. Like her eyes underwent a couple changes. They went from blue, they were kind of a dark green. Actually, in the fighting games, her eyes are kind of close to the green color that you see on her PCB portrait. But then later on, Yomu kind of got silver eyes to match her hair. And the only other time she's had red eyes was in the IN ending. And the last word that she uses, her eyes go red in that as well. But it's one of those concepts that's not really explored with her as much as it was with Sakuya. And to be fair, for Sakuya, it was only just like using some attacks made her eyes turn red. But in Yomu's case, it was using her last word did make her eyes go red, but also affected by the Moon's Insanity made her eyes red. So how did her eyes turn red in PCB? I don't know. But they were only red in that. And it stands out a lot because, well, it's her eye color. But it's not like Reimu, where Reimu is known to have multiple eye colors and she just kind of shifts between whatever the artist is feeling. In Yomu's case, is almost always silver or blue, and very rarely do you see anyone touch the red ones, even though the red eyes are her debut, right? The flowers on Yomu's sword are detail. Yeah, there's always a flower on the end of the katana's sheath, and you can actually see it. You can see it on the majority of Yomu's portraits where you can see the end of the sheath. There's always a flower attached to the end of it. I don't know what kind of flower it is, but it's also present in the boss sprite as well. Yiko? Yiko is perfect. Not an iconic pose because she's just standing, but everything you need to know about Yiko is right there for you in that image. And that is her most used yukata design, like anyway. Or is it a kimono? I can't remember. Yukata is more light and kimono is like heavier. I can't remember what she's wearing. Use the words interchangeably. Ron is perfect. Ron is also perfect. Ninetales are demonstrated. She's a fox. Everything you need to know about Ron is perfectly illustrated in her design. ZUN didn't need to do anything extra at all with it. Yukari's weird. Okay, let me explain. Yukari looks really weird to me. Also, Yukari's outfit in this is the only game where she appears in this outfit, minus all of her appearances in photo games where it's an alternate color of it, mind you. But she just appears. 2, there's a fucking hands coming out of her gap for some reason. Her legs and her expressions are weird. She's weird. I think she's weird. I think Yukari looks really weird. And when ZUN made the Sage's outfit, it was much better. It was much better. She does have the iconic parasol, though. That parasol is very iconic, and it comes from her PCB art. So there's that, and you can see her gap as well, which is cool. But I just think she's kind of freaky. You could argue that, but whatever. Reimu. So now Reimu is really coming to her design. She has short hair here. Her eyes turn red when she's angry. She's got her stick, and she's got her yellow ribbon. So this Reimu does have shorter hair than other Reimus. She's got a big bow. So that's still like, it's clearly indicating Reimu still. Yukari has a weird, she's like missing her hand in her pose. It's very strange. It is kind of strange that she's missing the end of her arm. Like her sleeve is just so long, her hand is not poking out. But much like Ron, it does kind of show her outfit. It does show the design. Her cap is the same as previous as well. So it does a good job with what Yukari is supposed to look like. But it does have, this is a weird quirk of it. That's all. Marissa has a issue where she has 3 arms in some of her poses. But otherwise, this is a very good Marissa artwork. You can see everything. The only thing that's really separate there, yes, I'm still watching, is the red ribbon on her braid. But her braid is back. It's got a red ribbon now. It's usually white, but it does change color from time to time. But yeah, I'd say, no, I'd probably say aside from that little quirk with the arm, this Marissa is actually very good. This Marissa design really encapsulates Marissa's design going forward. Much like Reimu, like this is kind of, Ian is kind of when the design was solidified for them. He really figured out how he wanted them to look. And after that, it was more adding to the design with different features and little cosmetic things. But you can see the transition from like Reimu from Touhou 6 to Touhou 7 to Touhou 8. How he really did kind of change what she would be presented as slowly. And then, like I said, after that, it became more about adding little details rather than changing the whole structure of the outfit. So now we got Alice again with little sock shoes and her very saturated blonde. Very saturated colors. No, ZUN didn't fuck up here. I'd probably put her here. It's more blue and red now. It's more blue and red now. You can see everything. You can also see the doll. Now, what's interesting about that doll is that I don't know what doll it's supposed to be representing, because it definitely doesn't look like what we know Shanghai to be. And I'm not really sure you could call it Hodai either. But no, I think this, I can't say it's perfection in design, and the reason for that is because it's pretty clear to me that Alice's most recognizable design from Touhou comes from the fighting games. Plain and simple. Obviously, this is ZUN's portraits, and this does show everything you need to know about Alice. But like I said earlier, the boots are a very, very large part of Alice's design. Like, well-known design. The boots are a huge part of it, and the boots come from the fighting games. So the fighting game design for Alice is the biggest and most, like, most popular, most understood as, like, this is Alice of all of them. So while obviously ZUN does indicate the core concepts of his character clearly here, it's not the most, it's not the one that that is the most, like, looked at when designing for Alice. That's what it is. Marissa definitely can say it is. Obviously, the spin-off games do a good job with the design, but in Alice's case, and to jump ahead a bit, Ichiden is definitely a big one as well. ZUN's design of Ichiden is awful. And then in the fighting games, her design is very good. Very, very good. And that design is the design that pretty much everybody uses now, because that design is very good. So Ichiden is a more extreme example, because Alice still looks good and it still illustrates what it is about her, but it's not like she got completely redesigned and it was like, oh, that's what the character's supposed to look like. Alright. Skuya. Skuya is not mean. Skuya is just fine. Skuya is just fine. She's gonna go up here as well, because PCB Sakuya has long sleeves, But this particular design with the shorter skirt and the short sleeves, this is Sakuya's most well-known design. This outfit is her most well-known outfit, for sure. This is Primo Sakuya right here. This is Primo Sakuya. Her face is very rough. That's fine. That's a little quirk, but the rest of it makes up for it. It's got the braids, the outfit, the sleeves, all of it, all of it. All of it. This Remy... Remy's a ball. This Remy looks like a ball. She's like scrunched. She's so scrunched, she's so frilly. I could not understand what exactly her pose is. Her wings are massive as well. Her wings are massive. Her hair is a similar color. I feel like she's not as imposing as EOSD. There's something too frilly about her. I'm not a huge fan of it, personally. Not a huge fan of it. I like her EOSD outfit a lot because it's very slim. It's very controlled. But the IN outfit is just like, she's like wearing 2 sizes too big for her. It's just 2 sizes too big. So I think it's still Remy. A little naked in design. Doesn't have any brooch or anything like that. But it's just weird in a lot of places. Yomu. This is a great Yomu. This is Primo Yomu right here. Primo Yomu. You can see everything you need to see about the character. The swords are there. The ghost is there. You can't see the sheath, I suppose. You can't see the sheath on her too well. But the green in question is good. The design is good. The eyes are solidified for a while anyway. So this is a good Yomu. I've always thought Yuuko's pose was kind of weird. It's not like it's bad, but she's like super front-facing and looking to the side, compared to PCB where she's just floating at a 3/4 perspective. There's something about this Yuuko that always kind of struck me strangely. There's more detailing to her kimono as well, but as you know, the most popular design of Yuuko's kimono is her PCB outfit, followed by no design at all. Very rarely do you see the IN design, the fighting game design, and I don't think many people ever use the 10 Desires design. It's usually either the PCB design, because it's just a couple pedals on it, or it's just a blank design, because ain't nobody got time for that. But it's still Yuuko. It still shows everything you need to know about Yuuko. But I wouldn't say... I would say it's because of the pattern on the kimono that it separates it from the perfection of the design, because like I said, most popular design of the kimono is the PCB one. Riguru. Wriggle is fine. Everything you need to know about Wriggle is clearly identified. There's nothing, it's not, I can't say it's perfection, but everything you need to know about Wriggle is right there. The only reason I'm not saying it's perfection is because the cape looks like insect wings, and that's a design choice, but some people just make it look like a full-on cape anyway. So it's one of those things that is a little dicey, but everything, it's clear in that she has a cape, but exactly how the cape works isn't fully clear. It's explained a bit by Akyu, but I think it's that little discrepancy that separates it. Like, all these characters up here, I'm trying to keep in a sense of, like, if you looked at this character, you could identify everything you need to know about the character without having to take many, if any, creative liberties. And you see that more with the full-body ones, like Ron, for example. You can see literally everything about the character. There's nothing you need to change on that design at all. You've got everything you need information-wise. You don't have to ad-lib. You don't have to assume. You don't have to do anything like that. Mystia. Mystia's design in Imperishable Night kind of strikes me as strange, because she's wearing, like, leg warmers. Like, she's wearing leg warmers. She's got long green nails. And the outfit herself, like the hat and the outfit, are definitely, like, those are very common Mystia designs. But the leg warmers and the long green nails, actually do show up sometimes. But those leg warmers, I don't think anybody actually uses those ever. I don't think anybody actually uses those at all. Kane? Oh boy. No, I'd say Kane is fine here. Kane is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with her. Nothing wrong with her. You can see the entire body. You can see how the dress works, all the frills. You can see how her hair kind of works. Her bangs are very short, mind you. She's got a stupid hat. It's just the nature of how much frill is under those weird gaps is kind of up in the air. But other than that, everything about the character you can see pretty clearly on her there. Tay. I'm not sure how to really say this. I don't think this counts for this. Here's the thing about Tay. Tay's main design comes from POFV. The design from IN may as well not exist. It's kind of ugly. Now, obviously, POFV's Tay is based on IN's Tay. But the thing is that popular Tay designs are IN or POFV Tay with IN Tay's footwear. So, ZUN making her barefoot here is the most likely reason why Tay is often drawn barefoot. That's why I'm putting it here with Patchy. That's why. So I'll jump the gun here a bit. I'll jump the gun here a bit. So this Tay is very clear in design, except for the footwear. The only place you can see what she's wearing on her feet is her character select art, which is not colored. You can see the sock shoes there. So I think personally what happened is that people saw Tay's updated design with the carrot necklace, the proper hair, the hem on the dress and whatnot, and then they were like, oh, what does she wear on her feet? And then they had to look at the Imperishable Night one, and they saw she was barefoot, and they were like, oh, okay, she's barefoot. So that's why the most common Tay interpretation is essentially POFE with IN's feet. That's my assumption. That makes the most sense to me. So that's why I'm putting her like that. You can see everything you need to know about Tay, but you can't see what her feet look like. But then ZUN's decision to make her barefoot in IN is the reason why Tay is barefoot to this day. There you go. There you go. There you go. Raisin's great. Straight up, Raisin is perfect. Blazer Raisin is the most popular Raisin by a large margin. Just unquestionable. Unquestionable. The largest margin. Everybody loves the Blazer. Not Blazer Raisin, who cares? Nobody cares. I don't care about that. Well, here's Eden. Eden is not very intimidating. However, she does illustrate everything you need to know about the character. She's got the bow and arrow. She's got the two colors dress. She's got the nurse's cap, and she has the constellations present on her dress for detailing. So everything you need to know about Eden is right there on her design. You can infer everything you need from it. The only thing you can't really see, I suppose, is the complexity of her ponytail or braid or whatever it is. But her clothes show everything you need to know, and also her weapon of choice. You can get everything out of that. Kaguya, I actually think is very similar. The fact that she has all the treasures around her helps as well. You can't see her legs, but that's her feet, but that's fine Because the idea is she just has that really, really long dress. You're probably never going to see her feet. But everything you need to know about Kaguya is also immediately identifiable in her image. And the fact that it goes the extra mile to show off all the different treasures and whatnot as well. Just so you can see what they look like and add to the overall image is good. So Kaguya is also a very, like, he nailed it first try. Kane. Okay. Same deal. Same deal here as regular Kane, because it's just Kane with, she got a little bigger, I guess, and she got horns. She had a bow on her. There's not much change you need to know about the beast form, but you can see it all there in the art. And Moko. Moko's interesting to me because her design is... It is clear. Her shirt is very faded. Her shirt design is very faded versus what you usually see. And later down the line, when people start giving her the burn sleeves, there's that. But long sleeve Moko is very common. But the coloration on the shirt is definitely different. But Moko's design does kind of capture everything you need to know. The only thing that really stands out to me of difference is the fact that the shirt color is so much closer to beige than it is white. But then I think a lot of people probably assumed that the white shirt would contrast better with the hair and the pants anyway. So they just upped the brightness and she became white shirt. Doing Moko design for 15 years. That's not true. Moko had appearances in Runegate, and she also had appearances in Perfect Memento. She had different art from different artists to look at. The Runegate stuff really showed good Moko design. It also gave her white art as well. The fighters, yeah, the fighters didn't come out for a while though. Moko wasn't a fighter until Urban Legend and Limbo. Moko debuted in 2004. Urban Legend and Limbo was like 2014. That's a long time. Okay. Now we have POFV Reimu. I don't even know what to say about this Reimu. It's not a meme. It's weird. There are flowers growing on the end of her stick. She's got a blue ribbon out of nowhere. Her hair is very brown, when for the most part was trying to be black. It's fine. It's perfectly fine, but it's also not full body. It's just a lot of the... POFV just decided to go half body. She has a full body render. Her, Marissa, Mistia, Chirno, and Sakuya have full body renders of POFV with proper actual official coloring. And then in the final game, ZUN just decided, no, we're not doing full body. Which is really weird because he made full bodies for every character for the CSS screen. Well, the CSS. CSS screen would be the character select screen. The character select screen, they all have full bodies, but they're not colored. But he did make full body colored versions of the demo characters. Weird. Purple Marissa? Oh, Purple Marissa pisses me off. Purple Marissa pisses me off. This was the beginning of the end. This is when Marissa's back sprite updated for the last time, giving her a big purple ribbon on the top of her hat. And then she got rid of it. And then it's still fucking there. It's still there, bro. It's still there. Sakuya. Now, Sakuya actually is going to be our first addition here. Sakuya in POFV has a really cool design with her maid skirt has the Roman numerals from 1 to 12 along the hem of it. And that's a really cool design choice. It's also a pain in the ass to do. So you never see it again after this game. But it's really cool and I really like that. So that's why I'm putting her there. Not often seen, basically never seen. So that Sakuya has a really cool design that is never really used, but it's not because it's bad or it's just because it's tedious. It's just tedious, and that's really what it boils down to. Yomu here. This Yomu has a very good pose. This Yomu has a great pose. Even with a half body, you can still see what you need to see. You can see the sheath, you can see the sword, You can see Myeon. You can see everything you need to see. It's a good Yomu. Raisin, I hate you. Now, here's the interesting thing about this. This Raisin does show... This is the most iconic Raisin by far, right? As I said, Blazer Raisin. But the carrot clip tie... The carrot tie clip and this particular outfit is also very iconic for Raisin when they don't do the blazer. It's usually this one. She does have her outfit in the fighting games with the short sleeves and the blue skirt. So there's that as well. But yeah, Raisin's 2 designs. The more popular one is putting her in the blazer because it's cool. But if she's not in the blazer, then yeah, this one is looked at. I'm not going to call it perfection though because I'm angry. I'm angry that he took her out of the blazer. I'm angry. Here's Cherno. Cherno's weird pose. She's got glittery ice. So this is the part where I'd say that her core designs are there. You can see the bushel of the wings clear, how they kind of work. You can see how everything works for her. It's a better Cherno for sure. I still think that her expression is too sharp. It's really weird. Cherno had a very sharp expression versus most characters in their games. But I don't know. Always felt it was kind of strange. But her wings and her boss sprite are kind of what solidified her wings as being separate, like ice crystals versus being a cluster. Don't be mad, it's just my opinion. Don't be mad. You must go Zen. Google 5-minute Zen meditation relaxation. You must relax. Here we go, Lyrica. So, it's kind of not fair to gauge these ones, I suppose, because, well, you get a lot more information from the PCB ones, but I guess you get a closer look. You get a closer look at outfit design for them. And Merlin's a lot more pink here as well, but Lunasa's still like the same. You can see some ghostly aspects of their instrumentation, or their instruments, which you can see in PCB, but it's a lot more defined in POFB. Lyrica's keyboard is completely different, though, in this game. I don't know why. I don't know why, but it is. Here's Mystia again. So, again, here's Mystia with her weird leg warmers and her fucking long-ass green nails. Like, holy shit. Look at the size of those fucking things, dude. Like, they're like half the size of her finger with how long they go. Why she got nails that long? You know, she works a kitchen, right? They gotta be fake. They gotta be fake. I gotta put her there. Those nails are huge, bro. Those nails are huge. They're like talons. But yeah, she's got those weird leg warmers again. It's an aspect that is ignored in her design a lot. You see the nails sometimes, but I don't think people draw the leg warmers. Oh my god. Oh my god, look at all these characters that are left. Holy shit. Oh my god. There's so many characters. We're on Touhou 9, boys. Touhou 9. Get moving. Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Aya's outfit. Really cool design idea is her little crow friend. Aya has a little familiar that she sticks around with her that you can see in her portrait art here. I believe it appears in Shoot the Bullet as well, and it appears in the fighting games. But after a while, it's just gone. He just doesn't use it anymore. She's also carrying her accessories. It's half body, so you don't get everything for her. But yeah, I like that crow a lot. I think it's cool. Medicine. Medicine is everything you need from medicine. Because her half body still covers, like, everything for her clothes. You can also see her little buddy as well. So medicine... And, you know, medicine never really had a chance anyway, so it's good that you got everything you could possibly need from her design straight from ZUN. Yuka. Yuka's great. Now, I'm going to put Yuka here, and I think the reason I'm doing that is because you can see everything you need to see about Yuka for sure, but she's also kind of poofy. She's very poofy in this this game. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but when you see Yuka in fan work, she is not poofy. But in ZUN's art, she's very poofy. Very poofy. Then she's scary. The fans think she is scary. Like, leaned up her design something fierce. But he does got the design for her, right? Komachi. Komachi is great. I really don't think it's... I don't think you can... I don't know. Her fighting game art isn't too different from her Touhou 9 art. Like, her design is pretty clearly conveyed here. So I would put it up there for sure. It helped when she got her fighting game appearance. It gave more information, but the fighting game pose portrait didn't really change anything or add anything to Komachi's design. So it's kind of just perfect from out the gate. And then Eiki. I don't know, man. Eiki has a lot of design to her, for sure. But I always thought her face was kind of weird. She's got a real flat head. You see that? She's got a real flat head. But she's actually supposed to be pretty tall. Her design is pretty locked in, though. Admittedly, I'm putting her in core concepts. But height differential is a big one for this character. For sure. And sometimes people draw her with a very short skirt, but like that's whatever. Eiki didn't really get a chance to appear in other things, but the appearances that she made later on made her so tiny that it was like ZUN wasn't able to nail it, I suppose. He wasn't able to get people on board with what he had, and then changes were made to the character. That must suck when you're a creator. When you have an idea and you try to convey it, but it's not conveyed properly enough and everybody sees it as something that's not, aka Patchy. Patchy was not supposed to have stripes. Everybody thinks she has stripes. Bam, now Patchy has stripes. And you, the guy who created Patchy, is thinking, well shit, I guess she has stripes now. Or you're adamant and never had stripes on her ever, but everybody else does and you just don't want to fight it anymore. Oh man. Alright, now we're on Mountain of Faith. So now we got this Reimu here. This great Reimu. Yep. Perfect Reimu. I take that back. Her hair is ridiculously long on the sides. What the fuck? Why are her side bangs like huge? Holy shit, Reimu. Get a haircut. Fucking hippie. Alright, and then you have this Reimu. This Reimu has a bad reputation. This Reimu has a bad reputation. Nicknamed Zombie Reimu. She didn't do anything wrong. She didn't do anything wrong, but she's very pale. She's very pale and they took her nose. They took her nose. I have no idea what's going on with this Marissa. She has her foot on a rock, and she has one eye. And I can't tell what's going on with her arm at all. I don't think this is very good. I don't think that one's very good. It's very strange looking. Oh man. But however, this Marissa is great. This Marissa is great. Look at that. Much cleaner. Much cleaner. Cleaned up. Looks much nicer. Very identifiable. This Marissa looks very strange. I don't like that Marissa. Shizuha. Now, Shizuha's great. Shizuha is great. You don't need to change anything about Shizuha. He gave her the cool leaf pattern on her her dress. And a lot of people do actually bother to include that design on her dress because there's not much else to do with the character, so you might as well. No, but for real, if you look at fan art for Shizuha, you will find a lot of people when they do draw the hem of her skirt, they will draw the leaf pattern, which is pretty impressive because it looks like a very tedious design. But I guess if you're drawing Shizuha, you have to like Shizuha a pretty decent amount, so you're willing to put in the extra effort just for that alone. So yeah, she's nailed. She's nailed. Minariko, it's only a meme for me. That only applies to me. That only applies to me. Minariko, you know what? Actually, Minariko goes here. Minariko is fine. Everything you need to know about the character is clear and indicated right there on her. She does have 2 left feet. I'm the only motherfucker on the planet who gives a shit about this. Nobody else cares. Move on. Move on, streamer. Move on, streamer. Move on. Hina. Hina is definitely... You know what? I would put Hina in iconic here. Hina is iconic. Because that pose, where she puts her hands together on her front like that, that's her spin pose. That's a very iconic pose. That's the pose she always does when she spins. Hold on, chat. I have a... Alright, I'm good. Yeah, so Hina's pose is very iconic. If you ever see a GIF of Hina spinning or anything like that, you will always see her in that pose with her hands down in front to her waist, inwards, and then she just spins like that. She just spins like that. Very iconic pose. Nitori. Nitori's pose is design is kind of weird. It's kind of weird. She carries around a foxtail, and what I assume is like something related to a cucumber. Something related to a cucumber. No, you know what? I'd say it's probably fair to say. No, actually, I take that back. Okay, I'm putting her here, and the main reason for this is mostly because of the backpack. The backpack that Nitori wears is sometimes comically large. So, the outfit with the pockets and whatnot, that's all like as you'd expect. The rain boots as well, but the backpacks, just fucking so many different backpacks she's worn. So everything you need to know about the character is there, but there are aspects that are changed, they're interchangeable. And even in the fighting games, you see the giant backpack, which is what she uses to like fly around. The propeller, which is weird because you assume she could fly without that, but well, whatever, I don't know. I have no idea what it is she's holding. I thought it was like something related to a cucumber. But I was like, what the fuck is that? Why would she be holding it, right? Here's Mountain of Faith Aya. So this is Aya's best design. This is Aya's best design for sure. You see everything you need. The Tokin having a bunch of like, fuzzballs is a hit, you know, that's not always there. Very rarely is it there. But the pattern on the shirt and the pattern on the the dress or skirt are there. You can see the fan. You don't see the I don't see the camera, mind you. But yeah, this Aya's had a number of little additions to her outfit, but the black and white top and bottom are pretty iconic. The autumn print is not super common, but you can see her whole body versus the POFV one, where it's pretty blank. Well, POFV is shoot the bullet as well, you know. Oh man, Snai. Oh man. Oh man. Snai is not a meme. No. I'm gonna put her here. I'm gonna put her here. I think that Mountain of Faith Snai is very strange. And not a lot of aspects of the Mountain of Faith one really stayed. Her skirt got shorter. Her hair got shorter. She lost the hairband. The stick got longer. I don't know if her shoes changed. I don't know. I just think Mountain of Faith Snai is kind of weird. I just think she's kind of weird. That's all. She's just kind of weird, okay? Kaneko? Kaneko's design is actually swell. The only thing is I don't think Kaneko is a very good looking character in general, but she does have a very good pose, and she has a very everything you can see everything you need to see about the character. Her hair is massive, by the way. I don't know if I call her pose iconic. I mean, you probably could argue it's iconic for her, but it's Kaneko. So, Suako. Oh man. Now, this one, as you know, one of Suako's most defining characteristics is the thigh highs that she wears, but that didn't really originate from Mountain of Faith. Her socks aren't really that high, but they also are kind of that high because ZUN doesn't have a real good breaking point for his leg. And then in the fighting games, it became very clear they were thigh highs, and everybody rolled with it. So, you could argue it. I'm not interested in arguing it. Her hat is very scary, but I would say that her more well-known design comes from her Hiso Tensoku edition, touching up on her ZUN portrait. But the ZUN portrait still captures everything you need to know about Suako. Alright, chat. Why is there a giant Suako here? Chat, why is there a giant Suako here? Oh, you know why? Because she shows up. She shows up in the Mountain of Fate extra stage for one of the routes. And I guess he just zoomed in on her like that. Because Mountain of Faith Sanai is also used in that extra stage. That's a weird cut-in. Okay, hold on, chat. I'm just thinking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 rows left. I feel like breaking this up into a 2-parter. Let's get to UFO, and then we'll stop and we'll finish next time. Cause the thing is, if I keep going, I'm gonna want to try and finish it, and then I'm gonna rush it, and then it's gonna lose. It's gonna be worse than if I didn't do that, you know. So I'm gonna break it into 2 parts for the sake of keeping my mind fresh and not trying to rush to beat a non-existent time limit. That's all. Alright, so we're going right with S.A.'s Reimu. S.A. Reimu has the blue ribbon again. I think she's fine. Her shoes are very, like, very colorful. But it's still just Reimu. Marissa, though, I'm actually going to put in the same tier as these two. This Marissa's outfit is more blue, but she's also got that neat little capelet that she wears for winter. This not something that you ever really see her in again. And I think that's neat. She has a very blue outfit in this game. I think it's nice. Kasume. Kasume is funny. Because she looks like she's made of felt paper. There's nothing there. It's a head in a bucket. That's it. It wouldn't be until later that you could see what her outfit actually looked like. But in ZUN's art, it's just a head in a bucket. That's it. And the quality of it is so strange. Yam. Yammy. Yammy is here. So, sometimes Yam is drawn with a much poofier dress. But otherwise, everything about her design is there. And with 17.5 kind of illustrating a neat little spider leg phenomenon, that was already a thing that fans were doing anyway with the character, did add to the overall design. So ZUN made a very good basis for additions. So people do add... Oh, well. Are you still watching? I didn't go anywhere, bro. ZUN made a very good basis, and you can add to Yam's design from it. But I can't say Yam's design is perfect because it feels more like something you can build off of, and people have built off of, versus just being like, oh, this is the design. Obviously, you can still just use the design and be good to go. But I think it's good in that you can build off it. Maybe I should put it higher as a result of that, but I'll leave it there because no need to argue. Parsi is very good though. Parsi is very good. You can see everything you need to see about Parsi, except for her undershirt, which we talked about before. Talked about it in my inconsistency video as well. It's kind of unclear what's going on there, but people have their own ideas as what it is. But she has a very elaborate outfit, but you can kind of make out everything you need to know about her outfit from her design. It's a well-made design. Encapsulates everything you need to know about the character. Very good. Yugi. Now, Yugi's a bit of a weird one, because for the longest time, Yugi was known for the gym outfit, right? And this was Yugi's design. And ZUN's design for Yugi shows everything you need to see. But later, in the future, we started putting Yugi in a blue kimono, or a blue yukata. And that became her more definitive design. People now know Yugi more so for the blue yukata than the gym outfit. But for a long time, the gym outfit was defined as Yugi. So she's kind of weird in that way. I've always thought her outfit was stupid. But when you see Yugi, you see her in this outfit. But SA is the only game you see her in this outfit. Every other game Yugi appears in, you do not see her in that outfit. You do see her in this outfit in Symposium's article, mind you. But yeah, this particular outfit hasn't really been used in canon by Yugi in a long, long time. But obviously so much fan art exists of it because of course it does. But the popularity of the blue yukata has really taken off for the character to a point where I'd argue it's the more popular of the two. So, yeah, I'd put her there in core, because, again, it's everything you need to know about Yugi, but nowadays, it's not. Nowadays, we're looking at different Yugi. Do people still draw Yugi in her usual outfit? Probably. But I do wonder kind of how much the blue yukata has taken over her general outfit design from the old outfit. I don't really know. Satori. Oh, poor Satori. So most of you probably already know this, but there was a meme that went around SA's time where someone made a shit post in like MS Paint about how to make a Touhou character, and there's like striking similarities between the two. That's irrelevant. I'm mostly putting her here because she's got T-Rex arms. She's got T-Rex arms, and it's not great. Also, her hair color is closer to purple than it is pink, and most, if not all, people who draw Satori brighten it up. Her eyes also are kind of stiff, so her chords are cool. Like her third eye is clear enough, but yeah, Satori's debut art is pretty rough. Orin. You know what? It's funny. I think that SA's Orin was perfect. SA's Orin shows the wheelbarrow, shows the vengeful spirits, shows the cat ears, the braids, and it shows pointed human ears. So she has the 4 ears, the pointed ears. She's got everything you need to know about the design right there, including her cart. And the cart doesn't obscure any of her body, so it's extra. It's great. It's great. Orin's design got everything it needed right there in that. Oku. Now this is an easy one. This is another iconic pose. Oku's pose in SA, it shows everything about the character you need to know. The big flashy cape, the whatever the fuck she's got above her head, the control rod, the concrete foot, the atoms, everything you need to see about the character is encapsulated in this pose. So much so that there are numerous instances in canon of this pose being like reused by the artist because it's just such a good pose to show everything about the character. So it's one of the more iconic poses in general. It's a great pose. It's a great pose. It got everything you need to see. And then when, you know, she's done the photo shoot, she takes all of it off. Even Hiso Tensoku has it. It's a little different in Hiso Tensoku because the art cuts off, but you can tell by what you see that she's doing that particular pose, like creating the thing above her head. I believe Symposium of Post-Mysticism, the art for that is the artist just drawing that pose as well. I don't think she does it in Goyoku Ibun. She might do it in her boss sprites, but she doesn't do it in her portrait art, I don't think. But she might do something a little similar. I can't remember. You'd have to check. You would have to check. But yeah, she's iconic. Mountain of Faith Snai and Mountain... Okay. We're just gonna put these... We're just gonna put these with their compatriots, so it's less strange, I guess. Where's Suiko? Just put him there. Alright. And Koishi. So, Koishi's design is a lot clearer than her sister's, for sure. In particular, the way the heart forms on the cord of the third eye. The outfit's kind of, basically the outfit's color and overall design and the hat, but the fighting game Koishi is what popularized Koishi. And that Koishi has massive sleeves. The outfit's still roughly the same, aside from the sleeves. Much greener hair. The hat is more of a shade of blue than full black. But the cord does keep its heart aesthetic, but it's a lot more cartoony, I suppose. Like, ZUN's cord is very... like, just, you could do it with your hands kind of heart. But the heart in the fighting games is a lot more dangly, but it still looks like a heart. Still looks like a heart. But yeah, Koishi's core design is still there, but the fighting game really solidified what Koishi was for a lot of people. Alright, chat. So a quick question. Quick question. Does this auto-save, or do I have to save it myself? Does anybody know how this works? Like, if I exit and come back, will it save my progress? I need to check. I just need everybody to see. Everybody to see what was in what tier, just in case something goes wrong. Just in case something goes wrong. Just in case something goes wrong. Okay. Alright, let me see. So I'm gonna click reload, and yeah, it's saved. All right. So I'm gonna close it, and I'm gonna click the link. I'm gonna click the link back to it and see if it takes me, and it's, yep, we're good. We're good. The cookies have been generated, chat. The cookies have been generated. Beautiful. So this is our progress so far. Again, the reason I'm stopping now is because I don't want to feel like I have to rush the second half. I want to give it the proper time it deserves. Breaking these up into 2 parts is usually annoying for some people. I get that. I'm sorry, I'm just enraptured by... Chat. Flandre's Lavaltane is like following the flow of Reimu's hair. Do you see that? Like if you follow the flow of it, it reaches Reimu's hair. And that's I saw that, and now I'm bothered by it. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I'm breaking it up into 2 parts so I don't rush, and it's better overall. Because there's no point in rushing to fit all this in an hour, because I'm gonna start skipping over shit. And I like to talk about this kind of stuff, because these types of streams are the ones where I get to talk the most about things. So I like talking. So I don't want to. It sucks because I don't get to talk about later characters because I just end up rushing to get through it. So it's better to give it proper time for that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed so far, and hope you look forward to the next part. That's all.